What's going on, Mutha Truckers? Welcome to Mutha Trucker News. Email us at muthatruckernews@gmail.com. We have Trucking Life with Sean on with this collaboration. People want to know what DOT weigh stations were like in Kentucky, and my man pulled through. Make sure you follow him on all social medias. I'll put links in descriptions. But basically right here, the DOT officer exposes that it's the low tire pressure. So it's just like, officers, when you're driving your normal vehicle, was your back tail light broken? It's the same situation. You know, they have this infrared system and it actually like beeps an alarm to let them know, and then they pull your butt over, give you a level 2, then give you a level 1.
Okay.
What kind of question?
It's well, I got a couple of gray areas about personal conveyance. You familiar with that? Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's say, for example, I'm in Kentucky and I'm pulling up right here. I'm going to park here for the night because y'all allow parking here, and I got 10 minutes left on my clock. I get here, y'all have no parking.
Did you hear that alarm? Now they have their excuse. I'm not saying excuse, but now they're going to pull over the truck driver to check their low tire. And then after that, it's level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5.
Clock. I get here, y'all have no parking.
Now, Kentucky, I've heard, has the, y'all have the scanners for the tires. Is that true? Yeah. So how does that work? So you come through?
We have, that is...
Okay, so I can see, is that it? Like that?
Ours is different. We have this one here, which is infrared, and that will tell us if your tires are hot.
So what does it show? It gets hot or something on there?
This is on white hot right now. So you see how the tires are really white?
Yes.
That means they're hot.
Okay.
That's good.
That's good.
If it's showing dark or black, that means a flat tire or a really low tire.
And then y'all just, that's how y'all...
We also have a tire system when you run across our whim scale and it gets your weight in motion. It will check your tires also. And then that's...
Out there on the main road?
No, it's when you first come into the scale.
Okay.
There's a wind scale. It's not out there on the road. It's
okay.
actually in the scale part. Once
okay.
You get off there. But it shows up on here where it has your...
So they're pulling over thousands of truck drivers. So if you're in Kentucky, they don't care about an ugly truck, a new truck, the company. They're looking at tire pressure first. So let's get into today's video. For people that are new to your channel or seeing your face for the second or third time, they're probably wondering if we're brothers, you know?
right. Who knows?
And so, give people a quick snippet of Trucking Life with Sean. You know, everybody, my man here is doing his best to get answers for you guys at weigh stations and, you know, and his experience as well. But go ahead and, you know, I'm giving you the platform right now.
Appreciate it. I started driving about 16 years ago, and then I've realized that I enjoy training and I enjoy watching drivers grow and succeed. So September of 22, I decided to start a YouTube channel. I didn't think it would grow this fast, but it has, and it's been able for me to train. I train drivers constantly, but to be able to do it on YouTube and actually help people, and I have an audience that calls me with questions. Like I give them my phone number, my email, and you know, during the day I'm driving. You know, it's not like I'm at home or at work. I'm driving 11 hours a day. Hello, how can I help you? And I'm giving out advice all day, but it's something that I enjoy doing. And I enjoy especially watching a new driver come in and go and succeed and make it, because you know it's tough the first 2 years when you get out here, you know it. And a lot of channels, and I'm not calling them out, there's a lot of channels that, and they serve their point too, where they make, you know, they might make fun of this or that, and maybe that's the way of getting the word out. But there's a lot of different ways to give it, you know, get the word out. And I'm trying to do a different approach. And, you know, I'll go by the DOT stations and I'll ask the tough questions. I mean, if people leave comments on your channel like, hey, what happens if I do this? I'll go ask them. I'm not scared. I'll go right in there. So my channel is about educating drivers and helping them succeed, whether it's in health, like we talked about our benefits of, you know, me losing weight and me getting healthy, whether it's that, whether it's, you know, snow driving, rain driving, sleep, home life. I got videos on how to deal with the stress at home. And, you know, my wife comes in and does, you know, helps me out with being a trucker's wife. So it's a lot of things about succeeding in trucking. And that's why I call it Trucking Life. It's the good, bad, and the ugly.
Hey, let's go. So, you know, I'll have links in the description and down below. You know, when I post this, you know, give my guy a chance. He's really putting in the work and the effort. And, you know, anyone that ever has some value, you know, you want to jump on Mutha Trucker News, it's really easy. Bring some value, and I would love to have you on the show. You know, I really don't care about vanity metrics. I don't care about any of that. You know,
What
you
I
can
love
have
about
5
them.
followers or 1,000. I don't care. It's all about if you have something good that's going to help some truck drivers. Hey, let's jump you on the show and let's talk about it, right? So this title of yours, you know, is Kentucky really so? A lot of the drivers that they're putting out of service, it's over this infrared
Over the
tire
tires.
pressure, huh?
Yes. Yes, the camera went off, but when I talked to them, they were really nice. Really, Tennessee wasn't so nice, but Kentucky was really nice to talk to me. I talked to a few other ones, and I actually got to sit there and see as the trucks come through. And I wish my camera hadn't died right there was the worst time. But yeah, they said when they come through, majority of the stuff they're pulling in is a low tire. They pull them in, and then when they go out there to do a level 2, which is a walk around, then they see other things. So that's like your initial go in. But if you are got your weight is semi-close and your tires are good, they said they have more out of services from the tires. Now, maybe it's not just from the tires, but the tires is what gets the whole ball rolling. So if you're going into Kentucky, now Wisconsin does that too, and I'm sure there's several other states, but Kentucky's really focused on that. I know several people through my company that's actually gotten pulled in there for a low tire. But one thing that they did do, and I'll put this out, there's a driver friend of mine, his name is Thomas Morgan. He got pulled in there for a low tire, and the lady come out and she starts kicking the tires. He's like, "What are you doing? Like, there's no way you can judge." And she's like, "Yeah, that tire's low." He's like, "Are you sure? Because you just kicked it." But they already knew it because they knew it when they come in. But she went right to it. She's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna have to do I'm gonna do a level 2 inspection on you." He said, "Wait a minute now, hold on." He said, "If I can air this tire up before you go back and get my paperwork and you come back and it's right, will I pass?" And she's like, "Sure." And she walks in. He had a Chicago line. You ever seen those? The airlines you hook to it. So he pulled that baby out, aired that son of a gun up, come out. He said, "It's good now." She said, "I'll be dang." She said, "Clean inspection." He got a clean DOT inspection because he was prepared. He was prepared. So drivers, make sure you have this airline so you can got to blame it on, well, a truck stop didn't have air or whatever. You can air your tires at wherever you're at. You're a truck driver. Come on.
Yeah, so if we were playing devil's advocate on this, right? Some companies, like in the comments, they do ask you to air your tires at a different PSI. You know what I mean?
Correct.
So, what was the PSI that they want the tires to be at?
110 steers, and then from the other ones are 90 to 115. They really are looking for the ones that are below 80. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
those are what they're looking for. So you go in there with a flat or low tire. Now, if it's 88, 85, they'll probably let you go on. But if it's below 8, they want it between 90 and 115. But if you're close, and depending on, you could just start at your truck. You start in the morning, it's cold, it's a little low. But if you go in there with a 60, a 65, you're getting pulled in. You're automatically getting pulled in. And it had a little alarm that was going off on them, and you could see them. Yeah, you could see it, and they actually measure it from right when you pull in.
This infrared now. Did she explain a little bit of how that works?
Well, the heat on it, I guess, when it shows the heat, if they're hot, if they're cold. She explained it a little different. Some people argued in the comments. I don't know if you've seen that, but some people say, well, if it's cold, that don't make no sense. And some people say if it's hot, it doesn't make no, one or the other. But she was saying if it's hot, it's good. If it's cold, it's not good. But I don't know what she said about that. I guess because it's not going. So I don't know if she said that backwards or not, but that's what she said on the video. But
hey, so hey, all the truck drivers, all the mother truckers out there, all the truck drivers, watching this, if you're going through Kentucky, at least, that's the number one thing that they're pulling in all drivers for. It's almost like when an officer says, "Sir, your light is out."
Exactly.
And then they start going into their thing, right? And we all know, look, trucking is federally governed. So if they want to just pull you in, they don't even have to make an excuse.
Of course.
Actually, you know what though? California, they changed that rule, right? Now in California, yeah. So in California, there's a new rule where when an officer or CHP pulls you over, and a CHP officer might not be a DOT certified, but a majority of them are. They actually have to tell you why they're pulling you over.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. So I don't go to California much, so.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't have to go out there.
You don't have to worry. Yeah. You don't have to worry about that. But yeah, no. So I really wonder how many trucks they pull over in a year. I mean, thousands. Yeah, that's true. But I wonder how many they pull over for this time.
I'll go find out. I'll go actually find out. I'll go in there and I'll talk to them and I'll find out. But she said that that's what they pull them in for, is that's how they determine whether they're going to do a level 1 or level 2. Unless you come through and you obviously have something wrong, like your DOT numbers are missing off the side of your truck, you're not wearing your seat belt, you got airlines are taped up. I mean, obviously, yes, but or if you're overweight, of course. But she said tires are way more than overweight, and this is not something they just started doing. They've been doing this. She said they've been doing it, but it's just kind of like, this is the reason why. She said, so if your tires are good, you probably won't get pulled in. You know what I mean? You probably don't be overweight. Your tires are good. Go.
Hey, so look, if you're going off the old theory of have a clean truck and you're sitting there for 3 hours cleaning your truck,
about the clean truck. Nothing about
don't worry about the truck. Just start pumping that tire up. No, this is really good advice. And I'll just show a small clip of that piece. But I'm asking all the truck drivers, definitely watch that video. I'll put that video link in the descriptions as well, so people could click on it. But it was definitely a good video. And so, hey, I mean, I think that's a great thing. You going in and actually getting some truth. People do say every weigh station, every state is different. But look, if you're going through Kentucky for the first time, now get to that whatever, Loves or wherever, you know what I mean?
Or get your own line and do it yourself.
Yeah, get your own line.
Air your own lines up. It's $35 at Love's right there. They're on sale for $35. I went in there and looked the other day. $35.
Hey,
your company will more likely pay you back. You can turn in the receipt and your company will pay you back for the airline. But do you want to talk about PC any on this video, or do you want to do that on another video?
You know what? On another video, actually, it's one of those things where we could clip it together and we could talk about it, because I mean, I put it all together. I mean, it's in your video, so it's one of those things where let's find out. So tell me, what is Kentucky DOT doing when it comes to PC that's different?
Okay,
that you're hearing.
Well, majority of the states that I'm hearing are almost the same. That's why I brought it up, and I was unaware of this. But every state that I have talked to have all told me, if you are planning, and everyone so far, you can go back and look at all the videos. If you are planning your trip and you get to a place like a wait station, I always ask the question, if I get here at this wait station and they're closed, there's no parking, I've got 6 minutes left on my clock, do I just go out of service and just drive, until I stop? Or can I PC the load forward? Because you're not supposed to PC the load forward. That's what that's what they're supposed to say, right? Under this circumstance, they said, and it all depends on how you log it. And you're not egregious with it. They all said the same thing. Like, you don't drive 100 miles, but if you go in there and you've ran your time, they all said your time has run out. So you've got down to last minute. You can't have 30 minutes then go on PC, but it's your last minute. So if you have to sit there for a minute and get it all the way down to almost zero, PC to the next safe haven, not the safe restaurant, not your favorite truck stop, but the next safe haven, log it. I was here at this time. I was out. There was no parking. I had to move the load forward. And I asked every one of them, do I have to go back to where I started? And they said no. The only state that told me different was Nebraska. You remember the Nebraska video where they said you had to go backwards? He's the only one. Now, these are the states: Louisiana, Kentucky, and Georgia. They all told me, and Louisiana, all told me that, not go backwards. They all said that's the dumbest thing they ever heard because you're still driving. But you go a few miles. Now, can they write you up? It's a real borderline. He said, Georgia said, if you get 5 people in front of you, they may tell you something different. But majority of the police are not going to write you up if you only ran a few miles, if you logged it properly. But if you just put PC meal or PC truck stop, PC parking, you got to put, I was here at this time. There was nothing here. And you legitimately went to the next safe haven. So that's what they're all telling you. You got to log it. She said, it's how you log it. Now, as far as the off ramps, now that's where it got all crazy. Remember, have you seen those comments on that? Georgia's the only one who said, and this is the state of Georgia, and he explained it to me. He said, if you park, you're not supposed to park on ramps, period. Nowhere. No author is going to tell me that it's okay to park an on ramp. But they all say that we all kind of do it when we have to. They all agree on that. But Georgia's the only state that said they have been told by the state patrol. He named out names in my video. He named out captains, majors, governor. He named out, they put the names out there. He said they have been told that if you're on an on-ramp, yes, to go write you a ticket and enforce it, but do not make them move. Let them sleep. And that's what he said on the video. He named out names. If you go back to that video, I called it entrapment. He said, but if they ask you to move, He said it's entrapment in the state of Georgia, only in the state of Georgia. None of the other states said this, but Georgia said if they asked you to move, they're asking you to break the law because you have no hours. Therefore, it's entrapment. However, Tennessee, Kentucky, and all the other ones said, oh, yeah, we can make you move because it's not entrapment. You just got to put PC on the comments, and we're going to escort you to the next place. So it's a gray area.
I'm telling you, like, you know, I might just go and go apply for like a DOT job in Florida and just like figure out everything in 3 months.
Yes, exactly.
Undercover.
I love it. I love
undercover
it.
DOT.
It.
They're gonna know. I mean, but when they're talking to you, right? Clearly you have a GoPro on, right?
Yeah, it's right there on my head. They see it. Right. They know I'm videoing. They know it.
Well, they're videoing you, so I mean, there's no, you know what I mean?
None of them has been ugly. Tennessee was kind of like, they all kind of stared me down and would not. I was in there and out of there 3 and 5 minutes. I felt very uncomfortable in Tennessee. Very uncomfortable. And that was both ways. I stopped at another one too, and I didn't even record that one because I wanted to ask questions. They just looked at me. And they said, you don't know? You wasn't trained? I said, well, yeah, I know, but I'm just asking. They said, well, you should know the law. I mean, they were. I should have recorded it, but I was like, all right, whatever. I'm not even going to do this. But I'm trying to not trying to put out bad publicity on the post because I do believe they have a purpose to get out there and to help us, and they've got they got a job to do, and they're not all bad. That's another reason I'm putting these videos out there is to show that they're not all bad. There is bad ones, but there's bad truckers too. You know?
Oh yeah. Hey, it's real, but I think this is good advice. You know, it's one of those things you're hearing it. I don't want to say from the lion's mouth or whatnot, but just straight hearing it from them that hey, look, in Kentucky, the number one thing we're looking at is if your tires aren't good. So look, I think that's a big winner, and that's good education because if you're an OTR driver, one day you will be in Kentucky. So there it is. I love it. I love it. You know, anything else to share with everybody out there, brother?
Except the knowledge of the pre-pass that we were talking about. You know, I gave you the states. I don't have them written here in front of me, but Georgia does no longer use pre-pass. They don't use any in-cab stuff. So if you think you're running off pre-pass, and it shouldn't even light up, but they don't acknowledge. It's been 3 years since they use pre-pass for any in-cab stuff. So Georgia don't. And I actually called pre-pass to verify that, and they don't. It's Nevada, New Hampshire, Maine, Pennsylvania, Georgia, and there might have been a couple more, but those are the ones I know for sure don't use pre-pass no more.
Oh, no, thank you. No, I appreciate that. Hey, wealth of knowledge here. People, follow this man. I mean, he's gutsy. He goes in there, brother. He goes in there. He goes in hot.
And if y'all got some questions, let Alex know. You know, email at Mutha Trucker News. Let him know what questions, and he'll call me or send me a text. And hey, I'll go right in there and ask for you.
Hey, no, I enjoy these collaborations. You know, and I'm hoping that it's helping you gain some.
I appreciate it.
Some great drivers to know where to go for some of this education. You know, that's the biggest part. You know, so. I want to see you win for the fact that you're out here doing something to help drivers, and so
I enjoy it.
Hey, I could see it, man, and people could see it too. You know what I mean? So if you guys do end up watching this video, it's already clocked in at 18 minutes or so. So after putting that little snippet in there too, we might look at like 20, 22, 23 minutes at the end of this. If you go in the descriptions, check out Trucking Life with Sean, and just say, hey, the Mutha Trucker said, what's up,
That's right. One more thing. On Sunday mornings at 10 a.m., wherever I'm at, I pull over and I do Trucker Sunday for y'all truck drivers who can't go to church. Every Sunday, I don't care where I'm at, snow, I don't care if I'm at home, it's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I pull over. I ain't a full-blown evangelist or preacher, but I'll read the Bible. We'll go over some scriptures. I'll pray with you. And I call it Trucker Sunday. It's every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to hear about God, check in through the week. We talk about trucks, but on Sunday, I give it to the good Lord. So come join me live every Sunday at 10 a.m.
Yeah, I love it. No, I appreciate you so much.
All right,
thank you, brother.
How's it going?
Yeah, you too. Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to hear from you soon,
Just let me know, and I'll send you whatever, brother.
Hey, you the best.
I'll see you.
Bye. All right, Mutha Truckers. Trucking Life with Sean, man. Really good guy, educating people and helping people out. I'm happy to collaborate with him, and so show him some love. Mutha Truckers, in and out.